Ah yes, primos are falling from the sky with this new map update. Well, not literally, but what we're about to uncover might just feel like that. Because here's the deal. If you're currently eyeing Citlali, lost your 50-50 to Mavuika, eyeing Chasca, or even a spicy rerun down the line, then yeah, this video is your roadmap to revenge, or redemption depending on the outcome of your last pull. This video will help you plan exactly how much you'll have, and most especially where to get them. Now listen closely. The 5.8 patch isn't just dropping a new area for fun, it's linked to the summer event, which involves primogems, lots of them. I'll be breaking down from 5.8, and then we're taking a sneaky trip backwards into 5.7 to see what else you might have missed. Every chest, every achievement, every hidden quest, we're digging it all up, because when those banners drop, we're not just gonna wish, we're gonna guarantee. That said, it's obvious that the best support I can give you guys is via a Welkin. That's why we're doing a 10 Welkin moon giveaway at 25k subs. Of course, to enter, all you need to do is subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment below. Also, if you want even more chances to win, or just want to chill with me and other in our community, then join our Discord server, links in the description. And yeah, if you want to pull for the second hottest mommy in Genshin, Mavuika, yeah, Renova kinda took the first position, then at least save some money at LDshop. Right now, you can save up to 35% on all your Mavuika top-ups. And that's not even the crazy part. Because if you spend over $80 in a month, they'll literally hand you a Welkin Moon, or its equivalent in 3 other games. Now look, I get it. Discounts are great. But what makes LDshop worth it more is the trust. You could literally be saving up to $30 and they'd only ask for your UID and server. That's it. Safer, smoother, and honestly, it really doesn't get better than this. So if you're new here, or even an existing customer, then squeeze my link in the description or pinned comment for a quick 35% off all your Mavuika and Emily top-ups. Now let's start with 5.8 and why this patch holds amazing value. First off, we already know it's the summer event patch. And while the event is going to be epic, what really matters here in Phase 1 is the map. Yup, Marejyvari is finally releasing, and for a lot of players, this is honestly the most underrated region so far, because not only does it play a huge role in Natlan's story quest, but it has been mentioned since the beginning of Genshin. Lore aside though, here's why this map is important to Primo wanters. You see, unlike other maps, Genshin doesn't have time to slow walk this one. With 6.0 marking the start of Nod Cry, the next major region, Marejyvari needs to fully drop in 5.8. No splitting it across patches, no stretching out the content. Now, obviously, a new region means new exploration, and according to Citlali's breakdown, exploring the new map will grant us approximately 500 primos. That's just from opening chests, solving puzzles, and doing what we do best, clicking on everything that's glowing. But we're not stopping there, because this new map is obviously bringing more Paraculus, which means we can finally level the Natlan statue from level 8 to level 10. That's 100 primos per level for 2 levels. That's 200 primogems straight up. Aside from that, those upgrades come with 2 shrine keys too, and if you've been around for long enough, you already know that each Natlan shrine chest grants 80 primos. Multiplying that by 2, we have 160 primos. But here's where things get interesting. The Natlan offering system is expected to expand as well. Now this will be the last expansion of the offering, and we honestly don't know the exact number of new levels. But as you know me, I'll think of the lowest value possible rather than the highest, so let's go with 10 levels. 50 primos per every 10 levels will grant us another 500 primos. Spiral Abyss is giving us a nice little bonus during this patch. It's resetting once during the first phase of 5.8, which means you can snag around 600 to 700 primogems, depending on your team strength. And let's be real here, Abyss always tends to favor the newest, shiny DPS. With Skirk and Mavuika still being the freshest picks in town, don't be surprised if the blessing leans in their favor again. Now moving on, Imaginarium Theater will also reset once in the first phase, and honestly, that's a pretty comfy 700 primogems if you put in the work. Even if you don't go all out, snagging 600 or so is still very doable. Then there's the newcomer, Stygian Onslaught. After testing it out, I can confidently say, this mode is super fair. The hard difficulty doesn't even come with a time limit, so as long as you can survive and slowly chip away at the boss's health, the full 450 primos are basically yours for the taking. Sadly though, it lasts for a whooping 5 weeks, so if you've cleared it once, that's it for quite a while. Also, if you've been vibing and enjoying the video so far, then this is probably the best time to drop a like or subscribe. No pressure though, just know that it helps me out way more than you think. And funnily enough, it takes less time than claiming your daily commission rewards. Anyway, now let's move from sweaty primos to the chill ones. Character trials will toss us a quick 40 primos, nothing major, but hey, it's free. Achievements, on the other hand, can give you around 220 primos. But let's be honest, unless you're going out of your way, most of us only stumble upon them by accident. So let's call it 100 realistic primos from achievements. And if you're the kind that tries to catch them all, then hey, the world is yours. Doing your dailies for 21 days during the first phase alone will net you 1,260 primogems. That's almost 10 wishes just for logging in and condensing your resin. But hold up, did you ever notice something funny with Welkin? If you're doing your dailies and you've got Welkin active, you're getting 90 from Welkin plus 60 from dailies. That's 150 primos per day, right? Sounds good. Until you realize that's 10 primos short of a full wish. Yeah, Hoyo definitely did that on purpose. But then you remember that Welkin gives 300 Genesis crystals up front, and suddenly it's like, oh, I see the game you're playing. Still clever, and kinda evil. Anyway, moving back to the good stuff. The Paimon shop will reset during the first phase, and that means you can grab 5 wishes from the Star Glitter section. If you've been saving up some Masterless Star Glitter too, maybe squeeze out another 2 or 3 wishes from there. Might not seem like much, but when your 6 pulls away from pity, that stuff is gold, quite literally. Now on to promo codes. Usually we get around 180 primogems per phase just from random codes. Then of course there's the live stream rewards, which always hit us with a nice combo of 300 primos from the stream itself, and 300 more from server maintenance when the update drops. So yeah, 600 primos guaranteed, no grinding required. Alright, time for the real star of this phase, the Summer Flagship event. This time around, it's called Sunspray Summer Resort, and as expected, it's absolutely loaded. We're talking a free 4-star weapon, a Crown of Insight, and most importantly, a fat 1,000 plus primogems just waiting to be claimed. If it's anything like 5.6's Whirling Waltz, then you already know Hoyo's gonna bring that summer fun energy with tons of minigames, cool visuals, and maybe even a few heartfelt moments. You never really know what to expect, so it's always worth logging in for. But aside from that, we've also got a side event coming, Tracing Vanishing Trails. Now don't get too hyped, because the rewards here are a bit underwhelming. We're talking around 340 primogems, which isn't terrible, but it's definitely below average. It does have a reason though, because if we rewind back to version 4.8, we saw way more sub-events than what was initially leaked. So with that logic, there's a good chance we're not seeing the full picture yet. But since nothing's confirmed, let's round it safely and just give it a plus 500 on top of what we've already counted. And lastly, if you're holding a Welkin Moon during this patch, you'll be racking up an additional 1,890 primos by the time Phase 1 wraps. So if we tally it all up, free-to-play players can expect around 8,230 primogems just from Phase 1 alone. As for Welkin owners, you're looking at a whopping 10,120 primogems. Now for Phase 2. It's looking a bit dry, but not desert-level dry. So let's break it down. First up, the Imaginarium Theater will reset one more time, handing us a clean 700 primogems. Now, sadly, the Spiral Abyss won't reset again during this phase. Same goes for the Stygian Onslaught event, so yeah, nothing new from those two this time around. But the silver lining? Paimon's Bargain Shop will refresh again, which means you're looking at another 5 wishes, or roughly 800 primogems. Toss in some extra Stardust, and you might squeeze out 3 more wishes. Personally, I don't really hoard Masterless Glitter when I'm in wish mode. I spend that stuff guilt-free. Moving on, daily commissions will once again rack up 1,260 primogems. As for events, there'll be 2 smaller ones during Phase 2. Each one is expected to give 420 primos, so that's a nice bonus of 840 in total. And finally, if you've got a Welkin Moon still active, you already know the drill. Another 1,890 primogems just for logging in. So yeah, while Phase 2 isn't overflowing with primo fountains, it's still got enough to keep your stash growing. That said, F2P in this phase can get 4,080 primogems, 12,310 primos from the whole patch, or about 77 wishes. While for the medium whales or Welkin holders, they can get an easy 5,970 primos in this phase, and a total of 16,090 primos for the whole patch, which is simply 100 wishes, with 90 primos left. But hey, that's not even all, because I just remembered, we're still mid-patch right now. So if you lost your 50-50 to Mavuika, or you're still hoping to pull before she leaves, here's your last-minute stash check. Spiral Abyss is resetting in just 5 days, which means that's a quick 600 to 700 primogems headed your way. We've got 18 days left in this current phase, and if you're doing your daily commissions, that's another 1,080 primos on the table. Paimon's shop has already reset, so if you get enough glitter while wishing, go ahead and grab those 5 wishes while you still can. You never know when they'll clutch. There'll also be 2 more events running through the rest of this patch. Each one's giving 420 primogems, so that's 840 in total. Not bad for side content. And of course, if you've got a Welkin running, you're looking at another 1,620 primogems from it before the patch ends. So yeah, all the little things add up. With that said, free-to-play players can still stack up around 2,620 primogems, while Welkin holders can walk away with a neat 4,240 primos before we even enter 5.8. And hey, keep saving, you're closer to that next 5-star than you think. You're Your next pull might just be the golden one. Anyways, that's a wrap for this video. It was fun chilling with you guys. Feel free to share your wins or losses in the comments. Someone might actually relate to you. That said, I love you all and I'll catch you in the next one.